సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. ఫర్ మోర్ అప్డేట్స్ బెల్ ఐకాన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి.
Now we are going to discuss light emitting diode, that is the light L emitting E diode D. Light emitting diode LED. Nowadays LEDs are very useful to electrical circuits and TVs, televisions, calculators, digital calculators, phones, traffic signals. LEDs are used in that sectors. So first of all, what is the LED? LED, light emitting. Light emits. Generally in previous sessions we discussed the light is incidence, electrical energy is emitted. No, light is incidence on the metal, electrical energy is emitted. But in this case we applied the electrical energy on the diode. We apply the electrical energy on the diode. Light emits. So is called light emitting diode. Okay, what is the LED? A light releasing diode. This is the diode, PN junction diode. A light releasing diode is an electric component that emits light when the electric current flows through it. What is the light emitting diode? If the electric current flows through the PN junction diode, then the light emits. So that semiconductor is called as light emitting diode. LED allows the flow of current in PN junction diode in the forward biasing. First of all, we must remember the forward biased. Here basic principle is the electrical energy is converted into light. You see this circuit, PN junction diode. If the current flows in the PN junction diode when the light emits, that is the light emitting diode. Very important point is here is the biased is the forward bias. Forward bias is true connection. Forward bias means true connection, that plus to plus, minus to minus. So this is the P type of semiconductor. Is connected into positive terminal of the battery. This is the N type of semiconductor. Is connected to negative terminal of the battery. Okay, so this is the circuit. If the current flows through the PN junction diode, then the light emits. The light emits is called as light emitting diode. A light emitting diode is a special type of PN junction diode. The light emitting diode is a special type of PN junction diode. The light emitting diode is specially doped and made of special type of semiconductor. These two are semiconductor, P type of semiconductor, N type of semiconductor. This diode can emit light when it is in the forward biased state. Okay, the PN junction diode is connected into forward biased. then the current flows through the PN junction diode, then the light emits is called as light emitting diode. Okay, what is the symbol of LED? Symbol of LED. Symbol of LED. Generally, what is the symbol of diode? This is the symbol of diode. Anode, cathode. Okay, this is the symbol of diode. But what is the symbol of light emitting diode? This is the only diode. Light emitting diode is the, this is the light emitting diode symbol. Light emitting diode, or in this way, another way. Light emitting diode. This is the symbol. LED symbol is similar to that of the PN junction diode. This is the PN junction diode. This is the diode. This is the anode, cathode. Anode, cathode, anode, cathode. This is the PN junction diode symbol. This is the LED symbol. This is also LED symbol. So the difference these two symbols is that the two arrows indicate that the diode is emitting light. Two arrows indicate the light emitted. So this symbol is similar as PN junction diode, but the difference is only two arrows indicates the emitting the light. This is the symbol. Next, working and energy gap. Here very important, energy gap. The energy gap is greater than 1.8 electron volts. If energy gap is greater than 1.8 electron volts, then the light is visible. That means here light emitting, the light is visible. Okay, the light is form of in red, blue, white, green light. Nowadays in all sectors LEDs are very useful lights. So if the light when the light is visible, then the energy gap is greater than 1.8 electron volts. The working of light emitting diode. This is the PN junction diode. If the PN junction diode is in forward biased means true connection, plus to plus, minus to minus. So if the PN junction diode in forward bias, the electrons from inside, this is the N type of semiconductor. If in N type of semiconductor there are free electrons are majority charge carriers. Then these are holes, minority charge carriers in N type of semiconductor. In P type of semiconductor, there are majority charge carriers are holes, minority charge carriers are electrons. Okay, electrons. It's clear. Okay. If the current flows through the PN junction diode, we applied the electrical energy, then here this is the minority free electron, is jumps to this. So this minority electron is recombined with minority hole. This minority hole is recombined with minority free electron. Okay, so this is the minority free electron. This minority free electron jumps towards to n type of semiconductor, and this minority free electron recombined with minority hole. Okay, and also this minority hole jumps towards to p type of semiconductor. This minority hole recombined with minority free electron. Thus the way this depletion layer is decreases because this is the p type of semiconductor, this is the positive terminal, this is the positive terminal, positive repulsive. This is the n type of semiconductor, this is the negative terminal, negative repulsive. So this depletion layer is decreasing. Okay, so hence that's the way this free electron jumps to hole, towards to hole, this hole jumps to towards to free electron. In this process the energy released comes out to form as photon. If free electron jumps towards to hole, this hole jumps towards to free electron. At the time of jumping, the energy is released from a light energy. The light is here photon. Okay, if current flows through the p-n junction diode, that means the electrical energy applied to diode, then the free electron jumps towards to hole, the hole jumps towards to free electron. At the time of this process, some energy released. That energy form as light energy. That light is the photon. So here light emitted. This is the light emitting diode. Okay, that means the electrons from n side and holes p side move towards the depletion region, and they recombine. During this process, an energy is released because of electrons make transition from conduction band to valency band. Okay, so that is the energy gap. Second, this is the energy gap level. Okay, this is the conduction band, this is the valence band. Okay, first of all, holes, the free electrons. First of all, these are all minority charge carriers. These are minority charge carriers. So this free electron jumps towards to hole. So if free electron jump towards to hole, it free electron is required some energy. The energy is approximately energy gap. And also this hole is jumped towards to free electron. This is the energy gap. This energy gap is greater than 1.8 electron volts. If this condition is satisfied, then light is visible. Same, this diagram is interchange. These are all free electrons. These are all holes. This hole jump towards to free electron. This free electron jumps towards to hole. Then these two are recombined. Then these two are recombined. Same as these two are recombined. These two are recombined. Then the conduction bond of electrons, the valency bond of holes are recombined. So then the light is emitting, that is the light emitting diode. When light emitting diode is the main is the energy gap. Okay, energy gap is greater than 1.8 electron volt. This is the condition. If energy gap is greater than 1.8 electron volts, then the light is visible. If less than 1.8, it's not invisible. So energy is the formula equals to h nu. Here h is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency. So here nu is the h upon, let's know, here nu is the energy gap upon h. H is the Planck's constant. This is the constant. So here the frequency is dependent upon energy gap. If frequency is high, energy gap is high. If energy gap is high, frequency is high. If energy gap is low, frequency is low. So here that frequency is the frequency is dependent upon energy gap. Energy gap is dependent upon frequency. And also energy gap equals to h nu, but nu equals to formula c by lambda. Here c is the velocity of radiation. So that means energy gap equals to h upon c upon lambda. Okay, then lambda equals to hc upon energy gap. Here lambda is, if different values of lambda, if different values of wavelength, if different values of lambda, if different values of wavelength is decided colors. If different values of lambda, if different colors. If different values of wavelength, different colors. If different values of frequency, different colors. Okay, so here energy gap is dependent upon frequency and also wavelength. Okay, then wavelength and frequency is reciprocals. So this is the energy gap. Energy gap is decided the color, that's frequency is dependent upon energy gap, wavelength is dependent upon energy gap, because here h is the Planck's constant, so is dependent upon energy gap. So different values of wavelength gives the different colors, different values of frequency gives the different colors, and also different values of energy gap gives the different colors. If energy gap is 1.2 electron volts, that color is the infrared. And the semiconductor material is the gallium arsenide. And also Energy gap is 1.8 electron volts is the red. The semiconductor material is the gallium arsenide phosphide. Energy gap is 2.0 electron volts is the amber, that is nearly yellow color. This is also semiconductor is the same gallium arsenide phosphide. Energy gap is 2.2 electron volts. This is the yellow color. The semiconductor material is the gallium arsenide phosphide. Next of all, energy gap is the 3.5 electron volts. This is the green. Semiconductor material is the gallium arsenide phosphide. Gallium arsenide phosphide, gallium arsenide phosphide, gallium arsenide phosphide, gallium arsenide phosphide. But different values of energy gaps. Different values of energy gap. 1.8 energy gap is the red, 2.0 is the amber, 2.2 is the yellow, 3.5 is the green. And another energy gap is the 3.6 electron volts is the blue. This is the gallium nitrate. Okay, and also energy gap is 4.0 electron volts, that is the white. Yttrium aluminum garnet. This is the semiconductor material. This is the semiconductor material. These are all semiconductor materials. If you use the semiconductor material gallium arsenide, the energy gap is the 1.2 electron volts, that is the infrared. So energy gap is the 1.8 electron volts. The semiconductor material is the gallium arsenide phosphide, that is the red. 2.0 amber, 2.2 is the yellow, 3.5 is the green, 3.6 is the blue, 4.0 is the white. Mainly construction of light emitting diode. At the first, the n-type layer is grown on a substrate. This is the n-type of semiconductor. This n-type of semiconductor at first the n-type layer, that means n-type of semiconductor, is grown on a substrate. This is the substrate. On the substrate the n-type of layer is grown. Then p-type layer is deposited on it. This is the p-type of semiconductor. This p-type of layer is deposited on n layer. Okay, first of all, on substrate n-type of layer is grown and p-type of layer is deposited on n layer by the process of diffusion. As the process of diffusion means the energy levels. So this electron jumps towards to hole, electron jump towards to hole, same as the hole jumps towards to free electron, same as vice versa. Okay, then the metal contacts, these two are metal contacts. These two metal contacts on the p-type of semiconductor. So the metal contacts are made at outer edge of the p layer, so that more upper surface is left free for light to escape. This is the more space. This is the more space for the light escaping. That means the light emitting. For making cathode connections, a metal film is coated at the bottom of the substrate. This film also reflects a possible to the surface of the device. For making cathode connections, a metal film is coated at the bottom of the substrate. this is the metal substrate, bottom of the substrate. This film also reflects as possible to the surface of the device. First of all, this is the p type of semiconductor, this is the n type of semiconductor, this is the junction, this is the pn junction diode, this is the pn junction diode. This is the totally metal gold film, metal gold film. This is the negative, this is the positive. Okay, so this is the pn junction diode, this is the junction, this is the p type of semiconductor, this is the n type of semiconductor, this is the junction, this is the pn junction diode. Then we applied the electrical energy. Then if we applied the electrical energy, these two are free electrons, these are free electrons, these are holes, and the minority free electrons are jump towards to holes, the same as the holes jumps towards to free electrons. Then energy gap is released, that means energy gap is released. These are all free electrons. This is the conduction level, this is the covalent level. Okay, this is the conduction level, this is the conduction level, this is the valency level, valency bond, conduction bond. So free electrons are jumped towards to hole, then the photon is emitted, that means light is emitted, light is produced, that means light is produced. In usually word is the light is produced, in scientific word is that the light is emitted, that means the photons are emitted, because the free electrons in conduction bond is jumped towards holes at valency level. So this is the construction of light emitting diode construction is the, at first the n type of layer is grown on a substrate, then p type of layer is deposited on it. By the process of diffusion, the metal contacts are made at the outer edge of the p layer. So totally the metal is bottom substrate to metal edges. So this is the possible to the surface of the reflex device. So much surface for the escaping of light, emitting light. This is the construction, this is the energy gap, So if the free electrons are jumped towards to holes, then the light is emitted, so this is the LED, light emitting diode. So we apply the immersion, so this is the LED. So this photon hit this surface, so then light brightness. So this is the LED. Advantages of LED. Main advantage is the light emitting diodes consume low energy. So because of this reason, nowadays LEDs are very usually used. So the light emitting diodes, the LEDs are consume low energy. LEDs are very cheap and easily available. Nowadays not easily available, nowadays more expensive, but LEDs have longer life. longer lifetime. Longer lifetime. Oh, next, LEDs designs can be made very simply designs. Okay, so LED is lightweight. Okay, LEDs can be operated very quickly. LED lights do not contain any toxic chemicals. So 100% recyclable. So advantages of LED. LEDs consume low energy. LEDs are very cheap and easily available. LEDs have a longer lifetime. LEDs various designs can be made very simply. LEDs lightweight. LEDs can be operated very quickly. LEDs do not contain any toxic chemicals. The LEDs are 100% recyclable. These are all advantages. Then disadvantages. LEDs are currently more expensive. And also LEDs luminous efficiency is low. Very low. LEDs luminous efficiency very low, and LEDs are currently more expensive. And applications. And also uses. LEDs are used in burglar alarms. Burglar alarms used in compartments, apartments, banks. Burglar alarms. LEDs are used in burglar alarms and used in calculators, used in digital computers, used in feature phones, used in traffic signals. LEDs are used in multimeters. LEDs are used in camera flashes. LEDs are used in aviation lighting. LEDs are used in microprocessors. Okay, LEDs are used in aviation lighting. LEDs are used in microprocessors. Nth one, LEDs are used in digital watches. LEDs are used in automotive heat lamps. Okay, these are all applications. LEDs are used in burglar alarms. LEDs are used in calculators. LEDs are used in digital computers. LEDs are used in picture phones. LEDs are used in traffic signals. LEDs are used in multimeters. LEDs are used in camera flashes. LEDs are used in aviation lighting. LEDs are used in microprocessors. LEDs are used in digital watches. LEDs are used in automotive heat lamps.